successful new car in history comes to America. Introducing Fiesta, now imported from Germany by Ford. Fiesta, 0 to 50 in an average of 8.8 seconds. Road gripping Michelin radial tires. The traction of front-wheel drive and excellent gasoline economy. Fiesta, Europe's most successful new car in history. Test drive one at your authorized Ford dealer now.
The Hilton Rainbow Service welcome. Look for it on your next business trip. In the nation's capital, it's minutes from Pennsylvania Avenue at the Washington Hilton. In Los Angeles, you'll find Rainbow Service near the Civic Center at the Los Angeles Hilton. While in San Francisco, it's just a cable car ride from almost anywhere. Hilton Rainbow Service. You'll find it at the heart of every Hilton, in the heart of most every city.
Let the Hilton Rainbow brighten your day.
Well, checking the rest of the activity. New England coming from behind in their game. 21-17 over Kansas City. Horace King, the running back. The Lions now with the ball. They score here. They're right back in this one as Horace King trying to get wide. He's going to. He's got a first down and then some. All the way to the 46-yard line of Chicago. Don Reeves, Craig Clemens flying over there. King started the game very effectively, carrying the ball 8 times on one drive. He's had a pretty good afternoon. He's been overshadowed by Peyton, but he has 14 carries, 85 yards.
That's a good afternoon in any man's league. But here's the opportunity that Detroit has right now. They got that first down, the first one. They're changed around here. If they can keep this drive going, score on this, they're right back in the ball game.
All right, first down at the 46 of Chicago. Just underway. Third quarter play. Jarvis to the bottom of the screen. Hill to top. Here's the pass intended for J.D. Hill at the 40-yard line. Pretty good coverage that time. Wayman Bryant getting back there. They were kidding Bryant. He has good drops, but he's got bad hands.
Bad hands. They call them boards. That's the old nickname we used to have guys who would come into camp who had the greatest speed in the world, Gary. They could fly down that field, or a linebacker could move back, and you throw that ball right in their hands, and you go boom.
And I understand Party's been working with him all year, throwing the ball to him. Second down, 10 yards to go. In motion, Horace King, Landry. Good protection, and the catch is made at the 30-yard line by J.D. Hill. So they come back to the little guy. Hill's not very big, about 185 pounds, but they have another first down.
Watch Livers on this. As J.D. comes right down to him, sets him up, breaks back to the inside. The outside receiver going around the other way. Livers gives him the first push. He's allowed to hit him one time. It's good protection, it's a good throw, and it's a good catch. It's just the perfect play, except Livers didn't knock the thing down.
Landry, very, very impressive the way he's moving this football team. Luther Blue is now checked in. He's bottom of the screen. Here's Landry giving off to Horace King. King's in trouble, and down he goes. Kind of self-tackleization that time at the 30-yard line. Again, the rain here in the Soldier Field area, I'm sure, playing a part on that play.
Well, you can see the field starting to dry out right now down there.
There's Wally Chambers. Looks like he's hurting a little bit. Well, I guess not. Just concentration.
Concentration, loosen them up. Loosen those hamstrings up. That's one of the things that the NFL and all the pro teams are doing more and more are, instead of just doing the calisthenics part of it, they're doing what they call stretch exercises. Keep those muscles stretched out so they don't pull anything.
Second and 10 from the 30 of Chicago. And Big Charlie Sanders, no, David Hill. And David Hill goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Well, he's tough to bring down. Gary Fensick, who is replacing the injured Doug Plank, made the stop. Fensick's a fine football player in his own right out of Yale.
Tough little kid.
So now we come to a 3rd and 6.
This is the big play right now. Detroit can change that momentum, get it going for themselves right now. If they come up with a play here, get themselves in a position where they can score, well, I'll tell you, we got a crowd here that's feeling that importance too.
Blues blanked out to the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 6. Landry scrambling up, and he may run for that first down. The 20, he's got it all the way inside the 15-yard line. That's the Greg Landry for so many years. He was always looking to run first, but now he looked to pass that time.
He sure can. And here's a smart quarterback. He sets up. He's got the time. He looks at his receiver. He's covered. He steps up in the pocket, sees there's no place to run. There's big number 68 chasing right after him, but he gets that first down, ducks his head in.
Luther Blue, I guess, was the man he wanted to go to, and he was covered.
They had that double zone to the outside, and he had to come back in. He was coverage.
First down, a big third down scramble by Greg Landry. Nets the first down. On first down, he's throwing. And Horace King, the intended receiver, and a flag back at the 20-yard line.
Landry's pass intended for King. Incomplete. A flag on the play.
Oh, that's going to hurt the Detroit Lions. They've had to battle back from penalties time and time again.
The whole game.
Ben Dreif now spotting the ball. That time again, he had the good protection, and that's, I'm sure, heartening to Tommy Hudspeth and that offensive line.
Offensive holding, number 63.
63 is going to be John Morris, the offensive center. A couple of times they've caught him in this game.
These are mistakes that you just can't have, Gary. Whenever you got a drive going and the momentum that keeps building up, and you're driving down that field, and they score right here. They're back in the ball game. They can't have fundamental mistakes like that.
So after the 10-yard penalty, it's 2nd and 20 for the Lions. Landry back again. Good protection. Throwing down here to Ray Jarvis, but he was covered very well by Alan Ellis. Also Doug Buffone dropping back.
Now there's an active linebacker. He's already back to the end zone line.
He's coming back from Achilles tendon injury. They say that when he walks, he limps, but when he runs, you don't notice it.
That's right.
Play coming in now. Luther Blue, 89, comes in with a play for Greg Landry. Looks like they're calling more of him. We were told at the start of the game, Tom, that Landry's going to call him. There's Jack Pardee. Wally Chambers now has checked in. Reitels has checked out. They use Chambers on apparent passing situations. 3rd and 20.
They've got to. They're going to come out with that double tight end offense again. One back in the backfield.
That one back is Horace King. Third and 20, a draw to King, and nothing. Great reaction that time by Wayman Bryant.
Chicago had the blitz on that time. It was a good second guess by Chicago here. Here they are. Look at the linebackers right up on the line of scrimmage. Wayman Bryant coming from the outside all the way to the inside makes an arm tackle. He's one of those big, strong guys. You can't get it. Once he gets a hold of you, he ain't going to let you go. Here's where they got to have that big play again, Gary. Don?
Well, we have a final on this first day of our season, and the Dolphins under one of your former coaches, Don Shula.
Mr. Shula.
13-0. Third down now, 22, and we have a timeout call by the Detroit Lions. Lions want to talk it over. Important 3rd and 22. They're down 27-10, and Greg Landry knows how important it is that they get some points on this drive.
Well, the outside receivers were lining, bouncing back and forth. They didn't know what quite to do. J.D. Hill was going to go to one side and decided to go to the other, and Landry figured that this is a key down for him. This drive is a key drive.
That's Tommy Hudspeth standing there with a clipboard and the microphone. Tommy coming over last year, replacing Rick Forzano when they were 1-3, and he posted a 5-5 record. Now the Redskins lead the Giants 17-10, a big Eastern Division battle in the NFC.
George Allen is coming back with the old dogs. Those are all the guys I used to play with, Gary.
And I tell you, they have some kind of a magic potion. They just keep coming back each year despite that age.
They picked up another one of our ball players who used to play with us, went out to Seattle, was Mike Curtis, middle linebacker. And that was one of the key positions where George needed a lot of help at for Washington, was middle linebacker. I think Curtis has got a number of years left in him.
He's coming over from the Seattle Seahawks. So the Detroit Lions now, to set the stage again, have a third down, almost 23 yards to go. They trail 27-10. A very impressive drive by Greg Landry. Landry, the comeback player of the year, the NFC last year. All right, again, we'll remind everybody, next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, the Trenton 150 Indy-type cars in the USAC event. It's going to be televised live from the Trenton International Speedway. Mario Andretti, Tom Sneva, Gordon Johncock, Al Unser, Janet Guthrie. Should be a good one.
It sure should.
There we go. Third down, a long 22 yards to go. Both tight ends, Sanders and Hill, are in the lineup now on this big third down. In motion, Horace King. Landry Setting up the screen, David Hill to the 30, 25. He just ran over somebody at the 20, but they're way short of the first down. Wayman Bryant collided with him. Wayman Bryant in this drive has been all over the place.
I think with that type of a long yardage situation that they were just trying to get in better field goal position, knock that 3 points down, and all they have to do is come back with the 2 touchdowns.
A lot of time left.
A lot of time in this ball game is right, Gary.
9 minutes and 20 seconds to be exact. Wally Chambers comes out. Reitel's coming in to replace him. And this is going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt by Nickemeyer, who already has booted a 35-yarder. And that kick looks pretty good, and is.
Right through those uprights.
Steve Nickemeyer has now made it a 27-13 game. 9 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 27-13. The Bears have had their lead cut by 3 on a 38-yard field goal by Nickemeyer, who is kicking off here. Vince Evans is deep for the Bears at the goal line. 10, 15, 20. Evans out across the 25, and he went out of bounds, according to the official, at the 31-yard line.
Good return.
Randy Rich rammed him out. This reminder, our viewers in the Detroit area will be seeing the second game of our doubleheader between Dallas and Minnesota. But this reminder to our Chicago viewers, because we are able to bring you the Chicago Bear home game, the second game of today's doubleheader on CBS will not be seen in Chicago due to the provisions of the CBS NFL contract. Washington and the Giants, can you believe that?
This is going to be another battle over there.
17 all.
We may have our first sudden death again over.
Here's Walter Payton, and Walter Payton out to the 35-yard line. Now, Green Bay is a big surprise today. Now, New Orleans is finally on the board.
Big Chuck Muncie picked up one.
24-7. The Packers under Bart Starr. What an auspicious start for them. I know Jim Fink said, hey, the Central Division of the NFC is going to be something.
They're doing all right today, I think. There's not a nicer guy in the world than Bart Starr either. I wish him all the luck in the world, because this guy's rebuilding very similar to both of these ball clubs right here.
This entire division other than Minnesota has been on a rebuilding track. Now you put Tampa Bay in there. Here comes Roland Harper. Harper runs into Jim Laszlovic, and he just spun him around. One thing about the Lions, Tom Eddy, they just swarm you. They just bounce off of people. They keep coming after you.
You know, when I was a player and a running back, these are the two ball clubs that I really didn't like to play against, because you knew you were not going to get hit once, but you're going to get hit 5 times every time you carried that ball.
Is that where that black and blue thing came from, the division?
I was black and blue many Monday morning, I'll tell you.
At the 36-yard line now, 3rd and 5 for Chicago. Right now, the Lions got the field position. They've got 3 points in the second half, trying to whittle away at the Chicago Bear lead.
Detroit's got to come up with a big defensive play right now. Stop that first down here.
And they almost got it. Weaver almost sacked him, and then Jim Mitchell got a hand on the ball and batted it down. Weaver set it up, and then Mitchell reached up. Mitchell at 6'3", batted it down, and it's a 4th down. And there's that play you were talking about.
That's right. That's that big defensive play that they needed. Now here's where Detroit can really turn it around. They get a good return here with no mistakes. Not like that fumble on the last one that Luther Blue had.
By the way, Avellini now is 2 of 6 for 18 yards. It's been the rushing game of Chicago. There's Reeve Sore, the former Illini standout, offensive guard. Bob Parsons to kick. He hits a nice nose-high spiraling kick, a fair catch by Randy Rich, and he's got it at the 20-yard line. So the Detroit Lions have scored the last 6 points of this game, scoring 3 before half and 3 here in the third quarter, now trailing 27-13.
I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they're built tough. Right, Daddy?
Right, and I bought a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy?
Yep, and I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy?
That's right, yeah. My daddy came to Texas in a covered wagon. I had to learn about Fords on my own. I'm a smart old bird, ain't I?
Of all Ford trucks registered over the last 12 years, 93 out of 100 are still on the job.
Alcoa can't wait.
If you've ever wondered how something so big got off the ground, part of the answer is light, strong aluminum. Aluminum's high strength and light weight made modern aviation possible. Aluminum is important to most forms of transportation because taking the weight off planes and trucks, and now cars, saves fuel. Aluminum in transportation can be an energy saver today.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
The Honey Bears here at Soldier Field in Chicago. Sellout crowd, 57,359. The Lions with the ball, trailing 27-13. There's Landry's statistics, not bad. Dexter Bussey, the running back, behind Landry. This is Bussey with the ball. Look out, he's coming the other way. The race is on, and he runs into black-shirted Chicago Bears everywhere. Eventually got it out to about the original line of scrimmage. Doug Buffon is over there, just a wall of Bears.
He got caught in the inside there, but there was a great block that was thrown on that when he cut back inside. Here he is. It's all jammed up, no place to go. He breaks back to the outside. Now watch number 49 come back in here with the block. Boom, hits him on the side. It was a legal block. The official was right there. They're complaining about a clip, but it was a clean block.
That was Ray Jarvis who was coming back.
That little guy, I wouldn't want to have been on the receiving end of that.
You got to have eyes in the back of your head. Second down, 9, a gain of 1. A lot of running for Dexter Bussey. In motion, Horace King. They have a 3-back backfield. That's both tight ends back there. Boy, that's interesting. Thrown short. Intended receiver at the 40-yard line. Again, they had both tight ends, Sanders and Hill, back blocking. Jim Osborne put good pressure that time on Greg Landry. Well, I'll tell you, Muncie scored 2 touchdowns now.
A 2-yarder and a 3-yarder. He's coming around real good. He's a big, strong back, too. They expect a lot out of him down there.
Well, with Manning back and Muncie and Galbraith, they've got some skilled people at New Orleans.
Green Bay's going to have to hold on with both feet to stay ahead of him.
Third down, 9 now. Lions are going to split 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And again, they have those 2 tight ends in the backfield. Here's Landry back. It's complete. All the way out to the 38-yard line to Ray Jarvis. And Landry is just really showing great poise back there.
He is. He's getting that time to be able to throw the ball. Here he is setting up again. He has the time to set up. That offensive line's giving him the protection that he needs. He's looking at his receivers. Steps right up there. I mean, you can't ask for any better protection than that. Steps right through, follows through. There's Jarvis right on receiving end. Playing that zone defense. When you find that dead spot, you just lay it in there and let that quarterback throw it to you.
Boy, he is laying it in there, too. That had some zip on it. He's now 12 of 20 for the game, 177 yards. First down, Landry back over the middle. Charlie Sanders. Did he catch that? I think he caught that. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I don't believe that.
That's a one-hand. Here's Landry setting up. He sees it. Tight end releasing to the inside. Look at this. This is great. Great coverage.
Oh.
Grabs that ball, pulls it in, tucks it in.
I tell you wonder what you have to do to keep him from catching the ball, huh? The Giants were beaten by the Redskins. The final 2017, an upset Sunday. Here now is Landry cranking up deep. Tender receiver on the far side, J.D. Hill. Just got rid of that one. He was covered well on the play.
But you like to do that every once in a while, keep that defense back a little bit so you can come under him on the shorter ones.
By the way, Charlie Sanders, coming into this game, needed 3 to tie the all-time reception record by Gail Cogdell. He's now caught 2. One more, he'll tie it, 4 to break.
4 to break it.
There it is, the Giants over the Redskins.
This is a big upset.
Boy, what a win that is for John McVay. Horace King, the running back. Hill, the top of the screen. Ray Jarvis to the bottom. Third down. 3 yards to go. Landry is filling the air with footballs. Throwing, and another remarkable catch. That's David Hill, the other tight end.
There's a flag on the play.
Oh, back to the 35 there is. But both tight ends, Hill and Sanders, are trying to outdo each other, but they're going to bring that one back. Holding against Detroit. Again, what a catch that was.
I mean, to tell you, these guys are Landry is throwing that ball so well. He's laying it right out there. That's the only place you could have thrown that ball.
That's the fourth penalty now.
Offensive holding, number 71.
Craig Hertwig, the third-year man. They call him Skyscraper. He's 6'8", out of Georgia, the guilty party. So it's going to be 3rd down, 13. But this is the kind of game where the Bears, I tell you, that defense really working.
They've got him working. Landry's got such a hot hand right now. He's capable of pulling this out and getting the first down.
Both tight ends now are back in the backfield. Very unusual formation. Back to throw Landry. Steps up. He scrambles to the 30. He kind of stumbled that time as he started out.
I think he tripped on somebody's foot just as he was stepping up. Well, Chicago came up with the defense that they had to do. They had to stop that momentum of Detroit, and they have right now. Now, if they can turn this thing around and get a score. You can watch in this two tight end backfield. Watch Sanders on number 88 come back in here. Chicago's got the blitz on, and he just lays out Bryant. I mean, I wouldn't want that big tight end coming down, cracking back on me.
Mitch Hoops will kick now for Detroit. A low kick at the 40-yard line, and it's going to go out of bounds there. Chicago will have the ball at the 40-yard line. They have held on with great tenacity to stop this wide-open Detroit Lion offense. 5:11 to go, third quarter. The Bears 27, the Lions 13.
I'm going to keep on doing that till I get it right. Yeah, I work hard and I play hard, and I use new STP gas treatment. You just pump it in your tank and it goes to work cleaning your carburetor. I take good care of my wheels on account of I'm cheap. I bet you are, too. Try it.
Here's a few tips on how to get out of an airport fast. 1, join the #1 club and reserve a car with Hertz. 2, have your license and credit card ready, because Hertz will be ready for you. Just sign and go. 3, need directions? Ask Hertz. They know the shortest route. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster.
Go, Juice, go!
Rent a Ford from Hertz.
A superstar in rent-a-car.
Right.
That's Forrest Gregg and the Cleveland Browns 13-3.
Boy, that is a big upset.
Well, Cincinnati, a lot of people feel they are going to win their division. And another final. Believe that one, will you?
We're living up to the reputation that anything can happen on any Sunday.
Here's Walter Payton, who has 138 yards already. Moves the ball out to the 45-yard line. And he, just like that, picked up about 5 yards, as quick as you can describe it. James Hunter making the tackle. What do we have? We've had the Giants with an upset. We had an upset now just moments ago. It's incredible what's happening.
And it just has to be an exciting weekend to start off, because everybody's going to say, well, what's going to happen next week? And
second down, they say it's 4 from the 45-yard line. 4:40 to go, third quarter. The Bears leading 27-13. Avellini, Roland Harper. And Roland Harper nudges it out across the 47. Doug English made the stop. You know, the Detroit Lions have had so many knee injuries. They had 10 one year, I think 6 last year, and English is one of those.
7 last year. They've already had 2 this year. 2 promising football players, 2 of their big draft choice. One linebacker and I think a running back, wasn't it?
Ron Crosby was that linebacker out of Penn State.
And talking to Detroit, he said that he was really one of the real promising guys that probably could have had a starting position on the team.
Well, English was one of those. He went out in the 6th game. Orvis, who plays alongside him, went out the 2nd game last year with knee injuries. Third down, a long yard. Roland Harper. And Harper's got it. A first down. Boy, he just battles it.
I'll tell you one thing. That's hard running. When he hit the ground, his feet was still moving.
You know, 17th round draft pick, Roland Harper. One other guy, Bart Starr, was a 17th round draft pick. This may be the most next famous guy that was drafted in that round. And there's another one. Well, that's expected, but I tell you, Tampa Bay hung in there tough.
You know, Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago beat the Baltimore Colts.
13-3. Dick Vermeil's team. The Eagles getting off on a winning note. Tampa Bay, of course, this year in this black and blue division, the NFC, the Central Division. First down. Avellini to Payton, and nothing. And the reason, Ken Sanders. Sanders closed in. He's been an anchor on that left side of the defensive line. Sixth-year man out of Howard Payne. He started all the games the last 4 years. Here he is, number 82. 245-pounder. Now, the thing about the Lions, up front, they're not very big, really. I mean, big by most standards.
You know, these guys nowadays, you know, you're small if you're 6'4" and 250.
That's right. I tell you, the Bears have a fullback that's as big as most linemen, and Robin Earl.
You're not kidding. 6'5", 250, 242 to 250.
They said he checked in at 259 pounds. He's down now. 2nd and 12. Avellini. Brian Baschnagel, but coverage very well that time by Hunter. That Hunter is going to be quite a player. Last year, he picked off 7 interceptions. It's going to bring it back to the 50-yard line. Baschnagel covered very well.
The thing that Baschnagel is really, you know, he's the kind of kid who is one of the he's just everything. He's just a competitor. He's a real hustler on that field.
You know, a lot of people won't recognize Baschnagel. He was playing with 47. They changed his number to 84 because of playing that wide receiver spot.
There's a new rule in the league. If you're a receiver, you got to have that out there.
3rd down, 12. Avellini back again. Good protection. This is Schubert. Schubert to the 40-yard line. He's still 3 yards short of the first down. Good coverage that time by Charlie West. You know, every year they look for somebody to beat Charlie West out, and he's always back at that strong safety spot.
He's been around quite a while. He was up there in Minnesota for a while, did a good job up there.
So it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Lions playing pretty tough defense. Bob Avellini walks off. 4th down, 3. Bob Parsons back to kick. Parsons replaced Bobby Joe Green way back 1974. He's held on to that job. Big rush. He just got it away. Rick Kane was coming through. Look at Schubert. He's down there waiting on the ball. And it's down by the Bears inside the 10-yard line. Dan Neal was down there. They were down there with beautiful coverage on that punt.
It was a good punt. It had a lot of hang time up there. He kicked it straight up in the air, and that's all they wanted to do with it.
Well, we've had an upset after upset today. What's going to happen next week? Here's Atlanta, who Los Angeles are just giving them fits right now, and they're going to play Washington, who's upset. They're going to be 2 angry teams. And New Orleans, Detroit. I wonder what they think about that New Orleans game. The way Green Bay is playing them, and what a game Chicago.
I think that's the game of the week next week. Chicago, St. Louis right now.
Well, this isn't bad, huh? The Giants of Dallas, Philadelphia, LA. What a season right here on CBS. Here's Landry, complete to Ray Jarvis. Jarvis out of bounds to the 15, and he just picks up where he left off. He is making, I'm sure, Jack Pardee's team very, very nervous.
I would be nervous at this time. Landry still has the opportunity to keep his poise. There's a lot of time left in this ball game, Gary, that he can move this ball club up and down that field and get the points that's needed. He's only 2 touchdowns behind right now. They got to keep that poise.
All right.
Anybody can do it, this guy can.
New England coming from behind to win. 21-17, but it was not easy. 1:29 to go, 3rd quarter. Landry gives off to Dexter Bussey, and Bussey rips it out across the 25 to the 30, the 35, first down to the 39-yard line.
Fantastic running.
He has run well all day. A couple of them have been called back because of penalties.
Those penalties kill you. But this is good running. Landry hands it up. Bussey makes a cut to the inside right here. Puts a good move on Fensick. Jumps right over top of him. Looked like a high hurdler in the Olympics right there. And gets the big yard. Ellis comes up with the tackle.
Back to the live action. First down. 10 from the 39 of Detroit. Landry up the middle goes Horace King, and King, big hole, goes for 7-8 yards. Gary Fensick making the tackle. And that forward wall has opened up some holes in those last 2 carries. So the Detroit Lions, an uphill struggle after they led 7-0 in the early going. Down at halftime, 27-10, now 27-13. King is close to 100 yards now, Tom. 17 for 90.
He's having a great game. He's picking his holes right. He's cutting back against the grain. The flow of the Chicago Bears is giving him a chance to pick that hole.
2nd down, 2 yards to go. Bussey in motion. Landry on the delay to Horace King, and look out. He was converged upon from all sides that time.
That's when you have that helpless feeling. Mom, where should I go now?
They blot the sun out, right? Third down now. Still a yard to go. So that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, the Chicago Bears 27, the Detroit Lions 13. We now pause for a word from your local station.
When a mysterious sneak thief strikes, the Fitzpatricks rally to the challenge. Don't miss this new drama series, Tuesday night on CBS.
Gary Bender along with Tom Matte. We start the fourth quarter. A 3rd and 1 for the Lions. They need it. They trail 27-13. He's going to throw on it. And he's got wide open Dexter Bussey to the 30-yard line, to the 25, and he's still on his feet to the 20, inside the 15, and that's an old Bart Starr 3rd and 1.
That is a great call, an absolute fantastic call. There's an old pro. He went over the sideline. He says, we might as well do it big.
That's a super
great
play.
Fake right in the line of scrimmage, holds those defensive players. He just lays it out there. Linebacker coverage. Should have been on that back coming out of the backfield. Watch this, though. This is great balance. You know, here's two great backs having great days. You look at Peyton, you look at Bussey.
What a start to the season, huh? First down, just inside the 15-yard line. The Lions score here. It's something now. 27-13. They battle back in this game. Landry giving off to Bussey again, and Bussey to just short of the 10-yard line. Bussey, King, Peyton, Harper, they've all done it today.
I'll tell you.
Second down now, 6 yards to go. Pick up a 4.
Landry's taking his time, moving that ball club.
Well, when you play 10 years in this league, I guess you get a little poise, huh? Or you're not alive very long.
You're right. I guess you learn how to keep that, try to change that momentum around.
Second down. Let's make it almost 7 yards to go. In motion goes Horace King. Bussey's out of the lineup right now. Here's Landry running to the 10, and he is to the 2-yard line. That'll be a 1st and goal. And I tell you, he went down to protect himself, running very intelligently.
He's running smart. Gives that semi-rollout again here to hold that defense.
Landry carries for 2.
Rolls out there, sees his receivers are covered, sees a hole open to the inside, breaks the tackle there. Here's where he protects himself. Here's where he's a smart quarterback. Covers himself up with both hands on that ball so he doesn't fumble and goes down to the 2-yard line. And it's 2nd and goal. First and goal.
He has 33 yards rushing in this game. 4 for 33.
I remember many days I was happy with 33.
1st and goal now. Just about 1-yard line. Landry again rolling. Pressure put on, and he's going to lose yardage. And one of the officials dumped over there. Doug Buffone and Don Reeves were over there. Landry that time just sidestepped somebody, stayed on his feet. So they lose some yardage. Back outside to the 5.
I wonder if Reeves will get credited for a tackle on that official.
Let's look at it again.
Watch Reeves wipe out the official, try to get out of the way. That's what you call the old roll block.
That official being Jack Johnson taken out. I tell you, those guys are vulnerable out there.
Well, they don't have any equipment on there running around there. Sometimes I've seen some guys really get wiped out, coming across the field.
Second down now and goal at the 5-yard line. Off it goes to Dexter Bussey. Bussey inside the 5, touchdown. Dexter Bussey high-stepping his way, and he got quite a block from number 62, Len Bodine, their number 1 draft pick in 1975, and Bussey greeted by his teammates.
Here you get an opportunity to watch Len Bodine as the guard pulls out around the corner, gets the key block, opens it up, knocks him right back to the outside. Back cuts right off, get a little spike. Again, watch 62 lead the play right through, gets the key block there, breaks him into the end zone. It's a whole new ball game now,
yes,
Gary.
Sir. They hit this one. They're 7 points down. Nickemeyer puts it on the way. He got it. And now, all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. The Chicago Bears, who led by 17 at halftime, now have that lead cut to 7, 27-20.
Sears is as big as Texas, and it has everything you need. We're at a Sears store to find out why Sears is where America shops.
Well, I work for an airline and travel all over the country. So I find that I like to shop at Sears because I can always use my credit card there.
The Sears catalog is a fast, easy, convenient way of shopping.
I even buy my saris sometimes in Sears at the fabric department.
Sears, where America shops.
The Ford in Your Future is coming October 7th. The new Ford Fairmont. A new wagon designed for today and the years ahead. The Fairmont wagon has very good mileage ratings, but while it is trim and lean outside, Fairmont has almost 90% of the passenger space of GM's biggest wagons and can swallow up all this cargo. Is Fairmont the Ford in your future? Test drive Fairmont October 7th. Find out for yourself. Fairmont, the newest, better idea from the Wagon Master.
Betty White sees red when a blind date for her ex-husband leads to a blossoming romance. Join the laughter tomorrow at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
It's now 27-20. The Lions have cut the lead to 7. Nickemeyer kicking off. Vince Evans waits calmly at the goal line. Here he comes to the 10, 15, out to the 20, and moves it to the 24-yard line. This is some game to start the 1977 season. A wide-open, exciting game. Looking at the statistics, 9 plays, 89 yards, and Greg Landry, with a great running of Bussey and King, has just kept this game wide open. He has, well, that 3rd and 1 was just something.
Super call. That's what they used to call the old arrow takeoff. You go, you fake that line, and the halfback will just go right down the sideline, turn around the corner. Now, either you have it or you don't have it.
Look at that one. Minnesota leads the Cowboys 7-0 from the 24. First down for Chicago. Avellini giving off to Roland Harper. And Harper out to the 29. So after scoring 27 points in the first half, the Bears have not scored in the second half of play.
They've got to get something going right now. And, in talking with Jim Finks, he said we've not been a 4-quarter ball club, and this 3rd quarter is an indication of what's happened. The momentum has changed. Detroit's got it going in their favor right now. And what they've got to do right now is Chicago's got to get a couple of first downs, keep this thing rolling. They just can't panic.
There's Payton. They haven't been running him that much in the second half. 2nd and 5. Here's Payton. And Walter Payton skips out to the 34, and that'll be close to the first down.
He almost broke it, Gary.
Walt Williams, the rookie out of New Mexico State, their top pick this year in the 2nd round, dropped him there. Payton does something that amazes me. He seems to have top speed, and then he accelerates just a little more.
It reminds me a lot of Gale Sayers. I think he's probably faster than Gale is, or Gale was, but he has that same lateral movement. Gale Sayers could move laterally in midair.
Yeah.
And he was just so deceptive on it. And Payton has that same thing. He seems like he kicks it in his 2nd gear whenever he gets that opportunity.
That is a first down. Green Bay, who led 24-0, now has a 4-point lead over the Saints.
Boy, I'll tell you one, old New Orleans is coming back strong right now. 59-yard pass. Manning must have that. He must be in pretty good shape.
Boy, I'm glad to see that. That's been a long battle back for him.
It has been. He's a real competitor, Gary. Good boy.
From the 34-yard line now, it's a first down for the Bears. Avellini to Harper, and Harper's hit by Herb Orvis the minute he made his move.
He's hit by a whole
and
bunch
company.
of them. And company is right. A lot of those white shirts around there.
They may have lost a little bit on that play. They sure didn't gain anything. It'll be 2nd down. And now Brian Baschnagel has checked back into the Chicago Bear lineup. They brought Gilliam out. John Gilliam was on that last play. 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. The time, 10:42 remaining. The score, the Bears leading by a touchdown and a point after, 27-20.
Avellini may have to go to the passing game a little bit here because he's been so effective with the running game. He's got to throw that ball up there, get this drive going.
Bob Avellini has Baschnagel flanked to the bottom of the screen. Avellini back to throw, throwing far side. It's caught. Nice catch on the far side by James Scott. And Scott is wrestled down, but it'll be a Chicago first down. Big play. Well, Avellini, who was not passing well in the first half, seems now to be back on track.
Well, he's got that time. He's having the time to set up there. And it was a good move on the outside.
Avellini's a mere shadow of his former self. What is he, 15 pounds lighter?
He's down to about 200 pounds right now. You know, last year he played at about 215, and I'll tell you, he's got that better. You just feel better all around. You lose about 15 pounds, and that was one of the things that Jack Pardee asked him to do in the offseason, to get himself back in a little bit better condition.
He's 4 of 9 now for 42 yards. Another first down. Avellini on a delay to Roland Harper. Harper all the way to the 40, and that'll be another first down.
Same play again. Detroit is not stopping that lag draw.
It's funny how these teams sometimes have forgotten what was working for them. Now they go back to it.
You know, that's why you have a press box up here. You know, these guys up here remember, they send it down, they'll send a play in like that. It's been that's been probably their most successful play today. That's the one that Peyton, you know, broke the long one on.
Another first down. That's 3 of them now on this drive at the 40-yard line of Detroit. Time 9:43. Exactly what the Bears want. Eat up the clock and keep the ball. Avellini again, Walter Payton, and Payton skips around. Look at that effort.
Look at that. Wow. That kid is just tough. Look at this kid running. I mean, he picks his feet up, lays a twist, keeps diving, gets that extra yardage.
Walter Payton is 5'10 and a half. He weighs in at 205 pounds. He says he really thinks about the moves. He practices all week long, kind of envisions what he's going to face. His vision's very good.
Now they got a torn cartilage doing some of those moves.
Second down and 4. Here's Harper, and he's smothered, but he struggles forward to the 31-yard line. Took somebody on a ride. That's somebody being Laslovic.
That's a lot of meat to carry, too.
So now it's going to come to a 3rd down and a yard to go. 3rd down conversion. Chicago, 3 of 9.
33%, which you'd like to have if you're looking at statistics. At the end of the season, you'd like to have a 500.
That's Bo Rather, number 80, coming out. They continue to send their plays through the wide receiver spot.
You know, every time we come back on the air here, it's a big play. Here's another big play.
It's been that kind of game. Bashnagel flanked to the bottom of the screen. Payton! Boy, what a dog pile they had at the 30-yard line.
I don't think he got it.
Boy, that was a stiff upper front put up that time by the Detroit Lions. And I think you're right. He did not. Now, that's I'll say it again, a big play.
Big play for Detroit.
Well, let's see. Will they go for it?
I think they've got to. If they want to get this game turned around, they've got to go for it. And if Detroit stops them, well, I'll tell you, they've got to go in for them.
That was Larry Hand, the oldest man on the ball club, along with Herb Orvis, who stacked that play up. So they're going to go for it on 4th down.
You got a tough old dog in there, and Larry, I'll tell you, he's been around the league. Had an injury last year, but he's still one of Mr. Consistency over there.
Here we go. 4th down, a yard. Payton again, and he
got it.
Over. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
He looked like that guy in the Olympics on that high jump. Watch him get his feet right up in the air. He plants it right at the line where he wants to get up over the top, and he goes over. I mean, he's got to be 5 feet in the air.
You know what he is rushing now? 157 yards.
That's a pretty good day's work.
Boy, he took a shot from Laslovic, number 52. But he got it. A big first down. The time now 7:25. The ball at the 29-yard line of Detroit.
And don't take anything away from Detroit. They made a heck of a stand.
Avellini with Harper and Payton behind him. This is Roland Harper. Harper just couldn't go anywhere with that one. Charlie Weaver read it well. He was a former member of that Wild bunch that played at USC. He loves to hit you.
They must have had 6 guys right there on him.
Let's check a score now out west in Baltimore. 7-zip over Seattle.
6-yard run by Don McCauley. He was my protege just before I retired.
At the 30-yard line, 2nd down, still virtually 10 yards to go. They may have lost a half yard. Bo Rather, top of the screen, you see Greg Ladder, number 88, the big tight end. At the bottom, Brian Bashnagel. Give to Harper, and he tries to break it. Had he, looked like he had a lot of running room, but doggedly, the Lions held on.
It looked like a sucker play almost to me.
That was Doug English, the former Texas All-American, who held on along with Jim Mitchell, and now it's already a 3rd down again. 3rd and 8. Orvis is coming out. Ed O'Neill, number 55, will check in. You see him just walking into your screen. The Lions have a lot of people who can play, and they move them around on that defense.
I'll tell you what, you keep people fresh. On a day like today, it's a muggy, hot day out there. You're going to lose 10 or 12 pounds out there playing. You got to keep fresh.
3rd down and 8. Avellini to Payton. And Payton just can't get the corner turned, and it's a 4th down. Charlie West, Paul Newmoff. That was just excellent coverage that time by Detroit.
Good defense. Payton got a couple good shots on that, too.
4th down. And Bob Thomas is going to attempt a field goal.
Boy, this is a big play. This could really put Chicago right over the top here if they can get this, get that 10-point lead. They need it.
Well, he missed a 40-yard field goal attempt in the 2nd quarter. This time, he's going to be booting a 43-yarder.
A 43-yarder attempt.
5 minutes, 14 seconds. Ryan Beishnagel a hold. Here's the kick on the way by Thomas.
Looks good.
And it's no good. It's wide left again, but there's a flag. Wait a minute, we have a flag. A flag at the 33-yard line. I believe it's going to be roughing the kicker.
All right.
It'll be an automatic 1st down. Roughing the kicker is the call against Detroit.
Oh, boy.
That's a tough one for the Lions, who looked like they were going to have the ball with over 5 minutes remaining. Automatic 1st down on roughing the kicker.
That's a heartbreaker.
Running into the kicker. Here's John Musso, and Musso may have gotten a yard to the 20-yard line. The Lions have made it tough.
I'll tell you, the Lions are playing good defense right now. They just can't make these big mistakes.
So just outside the 20-yard line, John Gilliam now replaces Beishnagel at the wide receiver spot. You know, it's interesting. In the first half, the Bears had 180 yards rushing. This half, 59. They've had to work for everything they've gotten.
They sure have. I think there were some adjustments made at halftime. And Detroit's coming out. They've played a great 2nd half here.
2nd down, 9, just short of the 20. Avellini to Harper. And Harper is hit hard by Paul Newmoff. The veteran from Tennessee brings up a 3rd down. Now the crowd booing. They think they're maybe too conservative. But what do you do in a situation like this?
I'll tell you one thing. I'd like to take that 3 points and sit on it. I'll take it. If he get that field goal in there, you go in there, you know, with 4 minutes left to go in a ball game, and you got a 10-point lead. I like those kind of odds.
Just outside the 20, another 3rd down. If they don't get it, Thomas will be called on again. Now, Thomas has missed 2 today, so he's got to be a little shaky.
I'd be yelling and screaming at him if I were on the Detroit team.
Noah Jackson, 65. Piper, 53. Revisori, 69. There's a give to Musso, and he hit head-on with Lazelvic. Lazelvic helmet to helmet on that play. And here comes Bob Thomas again on a 4th down.
I think Pardee is just playing it conservative. He's keeping the ball right in the middle of the field. It's a running play. He's running a timeout. There's 3.5 minutes left to go in a ball game. I think it's a good coaching move.
4th down. 7 yards to go, and Bob Thomas has missed a 40-yard attempt, a 43-yard attempt, which was, of course, not counted because he was rough. Will now attempt a 36-yard attempt.
He's got a chance to be a hero or a bum.
That's right, 3:06. Here comes the snap, the kick underway, and that kick is good. Bob Thomas looked like that ball was hooking on him, but he got it through. And Bob Thomas has given the Chicago Bears a 30-20 lead with 3 minutes, 1 second left to play. Well, Tom Maddie, look at that time of possession. 9.5 minutes on that last drive.
That's what you have to have, and I think that was Jack Pardee's strategy, was eat that clock up.
Here's one of those knuckleballs. Randy Rich going to bring it out to the 10-yard line, to the 15, carrying that ball in one hand. And he's coming outside with it all the way out the 35-yard line. There's a flag thrown. You could see the wall over there. Looked like he almost broke a long one. Steve Schubert making the tackle for the Chicago Bears, but yet another penalty play.
Yet another penalty is right, and it's going against Detroit again. It's, you know, they've just been...
They've been plagued by it.
They have been plagued by the big mistake. So this is just a young, aggressive ball club, you know, and they've got to rectify these kind of things if they want to be back in there in contention. You know, if you're a coach, this is the thing that breaks your heart.
Well, the discussion's still going on as Landry now with 2:51 And Greg Landry, the old veteran that he is, has got that 2-minute offense, I'm sure, ready to go. I believe that's going against Chicago, Tom.
Yeah, I think they were offsides.
On a kicking personal foul.
Offsetting penalties. We had an offside on the kickoff and a personal foul against Detroit, so we'll forget that play even was underway. We'll do it again.
Offsetting penalties. The ball will be re-kicked.
At the 35-yard line. Again, Bob Thomas will kick off. Next week, Detroit will meet New Orleans. They have 2 games at home. The Bears, boy, a tough one next week. They go to St. Louis to meet the Cardinals. Oakland, San Diego.
Oakland's out in front already in the first quarter, 7-0.
Landry in this game, Tom, has 15 of 23 completions, 223 yards.
I'll tell you, he hasn't got anything to be ashamed of with those kind of stats.
Well, he threw for over 2,000 yards last year, and he's off and moving this year. Now we have a new kick return man. James Hunter has come in now for the Detroit Lions. He's the deep man. Thomas hits it, and it's going to go to Hunter. Hunter at the 3-yard line. He's up the 15. 9.4 speed, and he makes it out to the 21-yard line.
He's smart getting out of bounds, stops that clock. Got 2:42 left to go in this ball game.
This reminder again to our Chicago viewers, because we were able to bring you the Chicago Bears home game today, the second game of today's doubleheader on CBS will not be seen in Chicago due to the provisions of the CBS NFL contract. But you people in Detroit in that viewing area will see the game coming up between Dallas and Minnesota.
And that's a big one to both concerns here.
Last check, Vikings leading in that one 7-0. Here's Landry back to throw. He's down by 10 points to David Hill. Hill out to the 20, 25, and boy, is he a big guy. He brings it out 28. He's just stepping over people.
I'll tell you, he is a big man. I don't think that weight in the scorecard is exactly what it is.
That's a program weight. They say he's 220, but
he looks more like about 235 and can run like a deer.
He last year was a second-round draft pick out of Texas A&I. Well, they've had some good ones coming out of that school. All lost a game in an eon.
He was an all-rookie tight end last year.
Second down and 3. Landry again with 2 minutes. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. A flag on the play, dumps it off to Horace King. He's got the first down to the 35, but a flag is thrown, and Ben Dreith is going to indicate holding, I believe, against Detroit. He will.
Gee whiz.
Holding against the Lions. So the 2-minute warning is here now. As the score here at Soldier Field, the Chicago Bears on their way to a victory here, leading by 10, 30-20.
Ten years ago, no one knew me. I was part of the famous no-name defense. Then we built our reputation by being fast. Now, I don't want to lose that. I drink light beer from Miller because it doesn't fill me up, has a third less calories than a regular beer, and it tastes great. Now everyone knows me.
Hey, I know you. You're,
Nick Bonacani.
No, that's not it.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Want to cut your fuel bills? Whether your house is new or old, put insulation everywhere. It can save you money. Your attic. You need a 6 to 12-inch blanket of pink Owens Corning fiberglass. Walls, full insulation. Unheated crawl space, insulate below the floor. Live where it's cold, insulate basement walls. See your Owens Corning fiberglass supplier to learn all about insulation. Insulation is cheaper than oil.
Well, Craig Hertwig was the one that was guilty of holding on that last play to bring it back. You know, in this game, Greg Landry has thrown to 7 different receivers. Leading receiver, as far as yardage is concerned, is Dave Hill. He also has the most catches, 4 for 55. Bussey, 2 for 47. Landry having quite an afternoon. 16 of 24, 230 yards. There he is talking it over with his troops.
Let me tell you one thing, and he's one of the old pros. Just like at halftime, he moved his team right down the field. You know, they get that 7 or 3 points here. They try that onside kick. They can come right back.
2 minutes exactly remaining in the game. 2nd and 13. They have Jarvis. They have J.D. Hill flanked out on the near side of the field. The 2 tight ends are back in the backfield. Landry, look out. Here comes Reitels and also Jim Osborne. Boy, there just wasn't any chance on that play. All the way inside the 5.
When you bring those two tight ends in, they're, blocking from like a halfback position. They're not used to picking up those linebackers. And Chicago has come up with the idea now that what they're going to do is they're bringing their linebackers to the inside in here. And they're just coming into blitz. You can see the two tight ends coming in. He comes in free, scot-free. Osborne and Rydich.
Well, that Rydich looks bigger than 257, too, doesn't he? Third down now, 26. That's the 6th sack for the Chicago Bears. Last year they had 49. Landry again. Horace King. King's going to get out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Long ways to go yet. They got to go all the way to the 31-yard line for a first down.
They're going to come in with their punting team.
132. Well, you hope for a mishandled ball. That would, of course, what Detroit's thinking about. Jack Pardee.
You know, if I were Pardee right now, I'd have the deep man right on the line of scrimmage and let that ball roll around. Don't even take any chances.
There's your time on the lower right-hand side. 1:32. Mitch Hoops to kick. Another low snap. They got to fix that up next week. They're having a tough time with it. Back is Schubert. Tough catch. The 40-yard line. Leonard Thompson after him, and he goes nowhere. That was a tough catch.
That was.
So with 1:22, 30-20, the Bears lead the Lions, as we'll be back with a conclusion in a moment.
Europe's most successful new car in history comes to America. Introducing Fiesta, now imported from Germany by Ford. Fiesta. It has power that took it from 0 to 50 in an average of 8.8 seconds. Front disc brakes that brought it from 50 to 0 in an average of 3.3 seconds. And excellent gasoline economy. Fiesta, Europe's most successful new car in history. Test drive one at your authorized Ford dealer.
Cicely Tyson for Color Track by RCA.
My rose is red, my skin is dark brown, and my dress is bright orange. If these colors don't look right to you, you should know about Color Track from RCA. Getting the color right is what Color Track is all about. It actually adjusts the colors and locks them on track.
Before you see the color track system grabs it, aligns it, defines it, sharpens it, tones it, and locks the color on track.
RCA is making television better and better.
Well, there's the old man of that Chicago Bear defense, Doug Buffone, in his 11th year, and it's warm down there. He's battled all the way back after being knocked out last year in the second game with torn Achilles tendon. First down, 10 for the Chicago Bears. Amelini off to Walter Payton. And Payton adding some more yards to that impressive total that he has out to the 39-yard line.
Now here's a time when you just put both hands on that ball.
There's our producer, David Fox.
Our man in the box.
All right, and directed by Chris Erskine.
These guys did a great job today.
Associate producer, Phil Ruskin. Good job, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also want to give credit to our spotter, Bob Brennan, and our statistician, Dick Bossing. Good job there. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 with 1:13. Now, Amelini coming over. The Lions asking for a timeout and getting it. Amelini will come over and talk to 65-year-old Sid Gilman and 41-year-old Jack Pardee. Boy, this Pardee, third year. When he was hired, he was the youngest coach coming out of the World Football League. And I think it's interesting, Tom, that many players that he brought with him from the old World Football League.
That's right.
He had an insight on some of it. There's Jim Osborne. There's some tired football players down there.
You're darn right.
Just a reminder now, next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, the Trenton 150. That ought to be a dandy. Mario Andretti, Tom Sneva, who's already clinched the 1977 USAC driving title. Gordon Johncock, he won the event last year. It was rain shortened, but be with us next Saturday for the Trenton 150. There's a delay now. Payton bringing it outside the 40 to the 41-yard line. They're just eating up the clock now with 1:04.
Cover that ball. That's all he's got to do. Running out. Now Detroit's hanging in there. I'll tell you, they don't have anything to be ashamed of. I think Landry played one of the best games that I've seen him play. He's got the timing. He's got some great receivers. I think they've got to maybe improve a little bit on their offense. But the thing that turned this game around was the big play.
Well, Payton's 73-yarder just pivoted the whole thing.
And the punt return.
Yeah. But at that time, remember, the fans were upset the Bears weren't moving.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 7. Here goes Roland Harper. Breaks the tackle by Weaver, and look out. He may go, and he's to the 40-yard line. Charlie West eventually got him over there. But it was Charlie Weaver that he ran out of the arms of to advance that ball to the 40-yard line. You know, Harper's had a very good day. 18 carries, 91 yards.
I'll tell you.
91 for him. Let's see now. Walter Payton has 161 yards.
Here's Harper again giving it that second effort. The play that has been so effective today for Chicago is his draw play. He just busts through the middle, breaks a tackle, cuts back to the inside, and runs for daylight. And this big guy's got a lot of speed behind him.
Well, again, I want to remind you, next week, week number 2 in the NFL, Atlanta and Washington, New Orleans and Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis. Well, the way the Bears are moving the ball in St. Louis, they're going to be 90-98. Giants in Dallas, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, all right here on CBS. We continue to bring the NFL all the way to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. 13 seconds remaining. There's Buffon discussing the situation.
There's got to be one happy ball club, I tell you.
Craig Clemens, former University of Iowa standout. He had to be happy about his alma mater yesterday, defeating Iowa State in the first meeting in I don't know how many years, 40-some years maybe. At the 40-yard line, that's Baschnagel, number 84 at the bottom, top of the screen, Bo Rather. First down at the 40 of Detroit. And Avellini's just going to pounce on the ball. So we're having the verdict decided here in this black and blue division. And it bodes well for this division. It's going to be quite a year. The NFC Central Division, Green Bay playing very well in New Orleans. These two fine football teams on their way, on the way back. And they're going to challenge the Minnesota Vikings.
I think both teams will. I don't think Detroit has anything to be ashamed about today, and they play good ball. And I think they're an up-and-coming young ball club that's going to win a lot of games, Gary.
All right, 30-20, Chicago defeats Detroit. This is Gary Bender speaking for Tom Matte. Now stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station.
Wonder